Morning, one and all. This is Dr. Uma Devi, HOD of Department of MBA, AMC Engineering College. I'm very happy to meet you this virtual platform in the program of orientation program for B first year students. The topic I would like to bring to you, I'm coming with the topic inculcating universal human values in education. What I feel the topic is very relevant and very much useful to you in the application part. As you know that human values will give a flavor a fragrance like a flower. So in this session we are going to discuss about the universality of human values in education, in application part of education. All right. So these are the takeaways from this session. Defining human values and education, why value education, link between human values and education, types of human values, grid of human values and sub-values, value crisis in contemporary society, approaches of human values, understanding value education. So these are the takeaways from this particular session. Let me begin the session with the wonderful quotation of Mahatma Gandhi. The way how our thoughts will make us to reach the destiny. So let us talk about yourself, your beliefs. What are the belief system, and what are the beliefs you have that will be converted as your thoughts. The beliefs will influence your thoughts and thought process. Your thoughts will become your words, so those will be converted as words. Your words will become actions, your actions will become your habits, and then your habits will become values. So your values will get influenced of your habits, your actions, your words, and your thought process. That values, what are the values you are making yourself, those value system, those values will become your destiny. So this is the journey of thought to destiny, we can tell. So your belief system will influence the thoughts and words, actions, habits, leads to your values and your destiny. This is what I feel. Everybody's introspection. If we introspect ourselves, these are the things we cannot deny in our day-to-day life. Right. So what I feel, this is a wonderful quotation of Mahatma Gandhi, which is very relevant to our day-to-day life. Coming to the definition part of human values are the principles, standards, convictions, and beliefs that people adopt as their guidelines in activities. So this is what and the values, the human values we can define. Principal human values are the foundation on which professional ethics are built. They are a set of consistent measures and behaviors that individuals choose to practice in the pursuit of doing what is right and what is expected of them by society. Most laws and legislation are shaped by human values. So each and every way, in multiple dimensions, we can say that human values reflect in our cultures, in our day-to-day life, in short run, in long run, and in multiple facets, it will reflect. Right. And continuation of this, we would like to go to discuss about the Aristotle philosophy and Langfeld, what they defined education, definition part of education. As per Aristotle, education is a process of training man to fulfill his aim by exercising all the faculties to the fullest extent as a member of the society. So Aristotle has taken a broader view of education, the defining part of education. Education is not formal education, what as per Aristotle, it's a broad-based education, what it can make our life complete, our personality and our life full-fledged, completely full-fledged um, angle. And as per MJ Langfeld, the education is very interaction that happens in every association that occurs between adults with children is a field or state where the education work in progress. This is also a wonderful definition taken by Langfeld. It's an interaction, the way how the person will interact, the way how the person will learn from others, the way how he or she will influence by others. This is the on the basis of that. This is the definition part has taken. Uh, Human beings develop values Values are taught and learned. Values and education are intricately related. This is the basis of education and the transmission of societal values. Today's society, if you are looking, there is a much need, dire need to reform itself or reframe itself, redesign itself. So how the society will change? First question, is it any, is there any need to change the society? Most of us will tell yes. How can it change? Societal change is not one day process or not a overnight process. It's a root causes itself. It has to get so value system, through value system society has to get changed. So education and value system will have the roots of societal changes. So that is what importance I would like to bring to you, right? So education has two aspects. Now we are going to learn about the how education has two different facets, that is external, one is external and one is internal. The internal, what it is, educate we are talking. The first is related to external and worldly education, means the way how, what are the qualifications you are acquiring, what is a formal education, in other words, formal education, and what are the qualifications, and how you are extending your education base. This is all external education. So what are the courses, different courses, different multiple courses we will have, no? That is bookish knowledge, the bookish knowledge, books, through books, and all these things, how we can get formal education. Second one is educate, that is the related to human values. So one is formal education and another side is human values we are talking. So this is what here the topic of this today's and apart from formal education, this is just like a flower. Imagine a flower with flavor, a flower without flavor. A flower without any flavor, how much beauty it is, how do you feel? So always a flower, a fragrance is important. The fragrance, how a flower, a fragrance will make the beauty of the flower. The same manner, values, especially values, will make the education more and more flavorful. So this is what I would like to bring to you. Human values play a very leading role in present educational institutions. Human values take precedence over social values. So this is the way of understanding human values. It's all in all facets. The influencing factors will be there, and the effect of the very positive effect of the education. We can say that reflects on family system and societal system, the entire country. Human values are now withering very fast, for which we humans are most responsible. Value-based education should be emphasized, ranging from school to university level of education. This is the importance and the beauty of value of education we can understand through this. Coming to the human values are closely related with human life. The way how that can be human values can be part and parcel of our life. No human life is possible without values. Human values are those universal concepts, drivers of action, which are found in all cultures, all societies at times, all times, and all in places wherein human beings eke out their lives. Human values are a set of consistent behavior and measures that guide human beings in doing what is right and acceptable by the society. That is the importance of human values. Human values will always guiding principles for human beings, which direction we have to move, what is right and what is wrong. Guiding principles we can tell. So this is what the way how we are making use of the human values and being part of our day-to-day life. Human values have an inherent energy and dynamism. It has its own identity, the inherent energy and dynamism. With that, human values do not follow the laws of principal science. They cannot be depleted. Normally, when we spend energy our resources will become drained of energy to the extent of expenditure. For example, if we have money or if we have any resources, over a period of time it may be when we are spending, it may be depleted, means it may be coming down. But whereas human values are not like that. The richness, the beauty and richness of the human values are how much we will spend, that much it will increase. That's what the beauty of human values, right? I hope that I am clear in making you understand. Why value education? Right. Coming to the why value education, yes, that is a basic and fundamental question we have to make ourselves, that why value system, why value education. The future of planet Earth that depends on education of the youth. Most 21st century challenges, if you are taking, as we know that global warming, energy crisis, handling diversity, increasing inequity, crime and violence, these are the new means these are existing, already existing. We are suffering from, we know that global warming we are in, and energy crisis we are in. Diversity, handling the diversity situations, diverse workforce or diverse cultures, this is what here that is a challenging. Increasing inequity, crime rate and violence rate, these are the challenges, 21st century challenges we can tell, right? So in this, to handle, to face the challenges, to understand the root causes for the problems, and to face the challenges in proper direction, value system will be a part. Values, especially with the human values, that can be part and parcel of our work life as well as, means professional life as well as personal life, both aspects. Now coming to the link, understand the link between human values and education. You can understand this diagram will make you understand clearly how can we link human values and education. What is a link? Because you are students, right? And as a student, in what way, what are human values, and in what way human values will be helpful to you, right, in your personal life as well as your student life also, in different multiple aspects. So this is the thing you can understand through this diagram. This is a linkage of human values and education. So let me speak something about a broad-based family values. The broad-based, if you are looking, the family means the values. If you are looking, the values derived from the family and society, right? And you please, time being, you forget two arrow marks. That two arrow marks I will explain later. First, you take the one flow, one right direction, right, left to right direction. You just take it. So values are influenced, values are borrowed or influenced by family system and society. So for example, let me speak about you. When I'm talking about your value system, your family will influence you and society will influence you. So how will you formulate your own values? Your values are indirectly your family values and societal values. So you borrowed from your family and from society, and that through education also will make you to certain adopting of certain values and improved values. So education will make you improve your value system. So bringing what you learned from childhood, that is a primary level. Your education will make you to go to the next level. That is what education, usually formal education will make you like that. If the education, value based education, it will make you so many things like enlightened society, ethical groups and organizations, sensitive individuals. It will make you to expose enlightened society, to understand better manner, the way of understanding society, and the way of how you are giving inputs to the society and how you are taking the inputs from society. And ethical groups, which groups you are moving, and ethical norms, and sensitive individuals, means how sensitive you are in learning aspects, adopting aspects and learning aspects. The resultant, the outcome of that will be social cohesion, harmony and peace, nation building, quality of life, character promotion, ideal humanity. These are the outcomes we can take, right? Outcomes. So your values will be determined by your family and by your society. Your education will enhance your flavor to the improved version of your professional life. That will be resultant into enlightened. You will be exposed to enlightened society, ethical groups, and you will become sensitive individuals. The resultant of that are social cohesion, means you will become a social person, and you will be a bridge of harmony and peace, and a nation building. You will be part and parcel of the nation building. And quality of life, your quality of life will improve, and your character building. When we are talking about the your personality, your character building, and you will be become a complete person, with all sensitive aspects, and in the way of understanding by others, and the way how you understand into others, and how you adopt the new things. Your learning abilities and your capabilities will improve. Your character building will you are able to build your character and ideal humanity. You will be an ideal person. So this is what here we can understand. And one more, first I said that so two arrow marks are there for education. So it's the education here, the second line after means second line, if you observe, it has two arrows. One direction it will, again it will reflect into. So how over a period of time you will become a full-fledged person, an ideal person, that again will reflect into your family, your values, and your society. Means in the first phase, very beginning phase, you will learn from society, you will learn from family. Over a period of time, education will make you to value-added person. You will become a full-fledged person, and then you will give back to your family and to your society the same values in increased pace you will give. That is the beauty of the what I said, that fragrance. A flower, how a fragrance will make the beauty, will increase the beauty of the flower. Likewise, the this particular value, a fragrance like value. Values will make you intake and means giving and taking. First time you will take from the society, you will take from your parents, and you will take from your teachers, everything. But over a period of time, you will be in a position to give something better than what you learned. In full-fledged manner, you are able to give this one. So in continuation of this, uh, yeah. In continuation of this types of human values, there are very importantly, there are 5 types of human values. The 5 are thumb rules, we can say. The 5 human values which can be found in all, across all cultures, across societies and religions. We can tell that, we can say that 5 thumb rules: truth, right conduct, love, peace, non-violence. In other words, Satya, Dharma, Prema, Shanti, Ahimsa. These 5 are 5 thumb rules and 5 very important elements of human values, we can tell. These values are eternal. They are eternal essences which elevate human life to its highest expression, its highest capacity. That is the way how you follow these 5 thumb rules in your life, how you are truthful to yourself and others, right conduct, the way how you have right conduct, and love, peace, and non-violence. These principles, how you apply the beauty you can see in your life, in your personal as well as professional life, you can see. Let us see, let us elaborate to some extent how the each 5 elements are there. Truth. Coming to the truth, let us take few lines of that. The desire to know truth has prompted mankind to ask some of the great questions, such as who am I? What is the purpose of life? How can I live fully in the present moment? The truthfulness will make you understand. It will make you understand, create a transparent platform to understand as it is what you are. First, if you are able to understand yourself, automatically you can understand your internal strengths, and your SWOT analysis you can make. Your internal strengths and weaknesses you can understand, and others also you can understand. So So the element of truth will make you understand yourself first of all, to introspect yourself, to communicate within yourself. It will improve your intra-communication and inter-communication also. So that is the importance, the beauty of the truth we can tell. Next one, right conduct. Why you should have right conduct? Information is received through the five senses. The five sensory organs, no, we have five sensory organs, the way how we smell, taste, sight, we'll see, touch and hearing. When this information is referred to the conscience, the resulting action will be beneficial. Every action is preceded by a thought. So the thought process, to cleaning the thought process and to refine our behavior, to refine ourselves, right conduct is important, because the way how we receive through our sensory organs, the way how we use it, the way how we will get benefited, right conduct will make us to clean our complete clean of ourselves, and at the same time to give a proper direction to ourselves. That is the right conduct. Okay. Love. Love, the element love is usually what youth will feel. Love is not only limited concept which is for a partner. It's not, I'm talking the love which is a partner. It can be the love. You can love your parents, you can love your teachers, you can love your fellow beings. Of course, you can love your partner also. That is okay. That is also there. So love is not an emotion affected by the subconscious mind, but as a spontaneous, pure reaction from the heart. Love will be always a pure reaction, spontaneous reaction, what you feel from your heart. It is a power of love which causes one person to wish happiness for another and make pleasure in their well-being. The energy of love will always energize ourselves and others also. Uh, the way first at this, especially at this stage, you have to understand the universal concept of the love, universality of the love. Then you can apply, you can try to apply where you can apply, you can understand better. First you understand the universal concept of the love, then you only will decide where you have to apply. Beyond that, I don't want to touch much about that particular element, right? And coming to the peace, we smile when we are happy and contented. Contentment is gained when we cease to want to give ourselves all apparent good things conveyed to us through our five senses. So peace will make you. It's a kind of a tranquility, peace that will make you stabilize yourself. The peace element, the peace will make stabilize the all the emotions and thought process, emotions and mentally, physically, mentally, and emotionally well balanced. So when you are in a peace of mind, well balanced, emotionally you are balanced, psychologically you are in the right direction, means balanced, then automatically what are the decisions you are taking, that will be in right direction. So that's what you need, peace. Right. I hope that I'm making you clear, understand the concept clear. Non-violence, of course, why non-violence is important? Yes, when the former four values are participated, that is, the conscious mind is keenly aware, love is flowing, there is a peace and action are right, and life is lived without harming or violating or anything else. So we don't have any right to violate, means to make harm to ourselves and others also. Non-violence, the element non-violence is wonderful, as we know that Mahatma Gandhi has taken that particular astra in his hand and he ruled. He has made the entire world admirable through this truth and non-violence. These are the weapons of Mahatma Gandhi. So through these weapons, he made all the entire globe to follow to him, so that we can understand what is a wonderful the phenomena, those elements. It is the highest achievement of human living and encompasses respect of all life living in harmony and nature, not hurting by thought, word, or deed. Non-violence is not only applicable to physical aspects, it's even your kind, your behavior, your word. This is also, it can be applicable. Why you have to make, you cannot hurt yourself, and at the same time you cannot hurt others and you cannot hurt by others. Such type of things will make a healthy society, right? Am I right? Am I making sense to you? Now coming to this, a grid. This is also a very good diagram which will give a comprehensive picture of what, as of now, what we are discussing. Grid of human values and sub-values. You can understand in one place. You can understand all these 5 things in one table. That is the right conduct. What comes under the right conduct? Peace, truth, love, and non-violence. You can understand, right? So this is what here you can you are back. For example, what how can I understand you are in right direction, your conduct is right? Through your manners, through your health awareness, helpfulness, responsibility, independence, and perseverance and courage. These are the things will make you to be in right conduct. To understand others, to you can means others can understand you. You are in right direction in conduct. You are in right conduct, right? So peace. How can you reflect your peace? Your patience. If you are peace of mind, your peace of mind reflects in your patience levels, concentration, positiveness, positive behavior, positive thinking, everything, self-acceptance, self-discipline, thankfulness, and contentment. These are the these are the things which will reflect out of your peace. So what will your truth will reflect? Your truthfulness. Your truth will reflect your truthfulness, creativity, honesty, determination, fairness, trust, reflections. Your reflections means your outspoken behavior. So these are the some certain outcomes out of your truth. Love. If you take love, what are the outcomes of your love? Your kindness. Your kindness, your friendly nature, your orientation towards friendly nature, forgiveness, generosity, compassion, tolerance, and service-oriented personality. These are your love reflects. And non-violence reflects. Coming to the non-violence reflects are consideration, cooperation, global stewardship, loyalty, active citizenship, justice, and respect. The way how you are able to understand part and parcel of the global citizen and the loyalty, the citizenship in the sense here, the way how you integrate with the different cultures, different people. So these are this grid will make you understand how human values and sub values will in the 5 elements, through 5 elements, how can you understand these are the reflects, certain reflects you can understand through this particular diagram, right? And watch your watch your words means you always you'll be conscious about all these 5 things. What you are speaking, you have to observe yourself, you have to watch your words, you have to action for right conduct. Right conduct, you have to check your content whether it is right or not. Thought for peace, you have to means you have to go through what you are making yourself to be peace, right? Character of love, the way how you are using to yourself and reflects to others also, the way how you are building, characterizing yourself. And heart for non-violence, you should have heart for non-violence. These are the things you have to make yourself sure, right? Value crisis in contemporary society. Yes, there is a value crisis in contemporary society in 4 levels. The 4 levels are individual level, societal level, intellectual level, cultural level. There is a value crisis in present society. The scholars are the people who are in education and the society cannot deny. Yes, we are in value crisis in 4 levels, 4 different levels. Individual level, we have crisis. Societal level, broadly, we have. Intellectual level, we have crisis because we have in dire need of intellectual bridging the intellectual gap. And cultural level, we have the crisis. We will see how it is. Yes, in individual level, we have the crisis. We have the value crisis in individual level in terms of personal success and selfish individualism. Means people are becoming thinking narrow thinking pattern and selfishness, and higher the quantity of consumption, better the quality of life kind of attitude, overlaying the importance of more material values of life, giving more importance to material things and material world they are in. right, like morals and ethics are coming down. These are the individual level. Individuals are becoming narrow in thoughts, narrow in behavior. They're not able to give they completely full heartful extension of their service to the other people and society. So at individual level there is a problem of thinking and behavioral pattern and emotional level. Individual level there is a crisis for values. So we have to come out at individual level first, right? Every human being. This is not only for you and me. It's every human being. Individual value crisis is there. We have to think in that particular direction. How to come out of that? We have to. So every individual have to come out. Others, I cannot help you. You cannot help to others. You have to help to yourself. I can make myself like that. So that is the way how you define. This is you can come out of the particular individual level value crisis. And coming to the societal, first whenever you are we all are coming at individual level, we are successful at individual level value crisis, and we are getting some broadness in way of thinking and our behavior. Automatically being societal part and parcel of the society, we can be a part of society. Societal broad based thinking, societal direction we can move. So this is only the simple logic behind that. And one more is intellectual level. Definitely, intellectual level value crisis is there. Value climate is linked with the society's intellectual temper, and its tone is set by writers, academicians, and other intellectuals. So, the people who are in people like us who are in education field, are who are in celebrity positions, are high level intellectual positions, are anybody, they are more responsible towards the society. What they are thinking, what they are doing, and what they behave, that will represent in the society. It will give a mark. So that's why the people who are in higher positions, especially, I'm not talking financial levels, intellectual level higher positions, the people who involved in that, those should be very very careful in that aspect, because followers directly or indirectly, more stakeholders will be there to those people. So those people should be very careful in that particular. That's what intellectual level value crisis we are in. And continuation of cultural level, due to socio-economy economy and copying Western modes affect food habits, dress, form of greeting, modes of entertainment, everything, cultural level. Across cultures, we are learning. Earlier, as you know, that every country, they have their own compartments. But now, westernization. Now, we are also having their food habits, we are adopting, even cultural values, especially in cultural aspects, in terms of food, in terms of dress, in terms of celebrations. All these things are getting affected. Here value, we have to keep our value system protected, because those are roots. We cannot lose our roots. We can adopt. Nothing is that is not criticized. We can adopt, we can learn certain other cultures. We can also get modernized, no problem in that. But at the same time, the crisis when it begin, the crisis at cultural level begins with when we are losing something. So we have to take care what we have to lose. We are losing. We have to take care, and we have to protect of our root system. We have to protect. Other things we can make ourselves. Right. I hope that I'm clear. Coming to the approaches of human values, there are two approaches of human values. Direct means there are two main approaches we can tell. Direct method, or two methods or two approaches we can tell. Direct method and intercurriculum or extracurriculum method. Maybe some indirect method we can tell. Direct method uses 5 proven teaching techniques, that is the thought for the day, stories, value based songs, activities, silent sitting. These all are comes under the direct methods of approaches to human values. As you know that no thought of the day will be there, some moral stories, value based songs and value based stories will be there, some narrations, activities will be there, and some prayers kind of things will be there. All these kind of things will become direct method. Coming to the intercurriculum and extracurriculum activities, what exactly we are doing in our college, that is some certain clubs will be there, adventure clubs, literature clubs will be there. Usually in different depends on the institution to institution, they will maintain certain certain clubs and certain educational environment, extracurriculum activities they will introduce, and co-curriculum activities, intercurriculum activities they will make. So through that different activities, activity-based learning, to expose the students to different dimensions, and to make them understand, to keep their value system, to make them learn to ethics and values. All this is a indirect method we can tell, or intercurriculum or extracurriculum method we can tell, right? And understanding value system. If you look it into diagram, you can look at into this diagram. You can easily understand a tree you are looking, right? A tree, and a beautiful tree with branches, with fruits and leaves, we can see, and roots are there. Usually the roots are not visible for this picture. Just to make you understand the picture, just we took the roots. How the roots are not visible, those roots will make you underline, means these will become below the ground level. The value system will make you below the ground level. These are comes under the values. The roots, how the roots are not visible to you, but they are. You know that roots will be there, but those are not visible, right? This is the thing you can understand how your value system, if roots are strong, then the tree will be very strong. Am I right? So there is a link between the roots and the tree, the life of the tree. So likewise, how your value system is strong, your achievements will become strong, right? So you can through this you can easily understand. Let us share something, a small fun story for which is suitable to students like you. Let us share that one evening what happened, a small incident has happened. One evening, four college students like you were out partying, went out for partying late night and did not study for the test which is scheduled for the next day. In the morning, they thought of a plan. They made themselves look dirty and grease and dirt. Then they went to the dean and said they had gone out for a wedding last night, and on their way back, the tire of their car burst and they had to push the car all the way back. So they were in a condition to take the test. They are not in a condition to take that particular test. The dean thought for a minute and said they can have the retest after 3 days. That is, a deal has happened. They thanked him and said they will be ready by that time. On the third day, they appeared before the dean. The four students appeared in front of the dean because they have to take the test. The dean said that as this was a special condition test, all four were required to sit in separate classrooms for the test. This is an interesting thing. Listen. They all agreed as they had prepared well in the last 3 days. The test consisted of only 2 questions with a total 100 points, means 100 marks. The first question is your name. Second question is 99 points. Very interesting, listen it. For second question, there are 4 options. The question is, which tire burst? The 4 options are front left, front right, back left, back right. These are the options given. Total 100 marks. First question 1 point. Second question 99 points. See, this is a situation. And the dean has made all the 4 people to sit in 4 different groups. I don't want to conclude this story. You just conclude for yourself. Right? Now coming to this particular point, let us understand the various aspects of need for value education. So what are the various aspects, correct identification of our aspirations, understanding universal human values to fulfill our aspirations, complementary of values and skills, evaluation of our beliefs, technology and human values. So these are the various aspects we can understand through value education, need of value education. For understanding value education thoroughly, there are certain guidelines that should be followed. What are the guidelines? The universal phenomena, the universal concept of the value education, rationality, rational thinking, the universal application. Right, it's not limited to one location or one person or some community people, not like that. Universal concept means applicable anywhere in the globe universe. Rationality, rational thinking, rational behavior, natural and verifiable. It has to be natural and it has to be verifiable, all encompassing in all dimensions, multiple facets, leading to harmony. Of course, it has to integrate in all aspects of that. So these are the certain guidelines to be followed, right? Value education should drive a person towards self-exploration. This process of self-exploration has to be in the form of dialogues and not in the form of a sermon of telling do's and don'ts. It has to be in a very practical manner. Various aspects of human values should be presented as proposals that need to be verified through experimental validation. Therefore, the process is expected to initiate transformation in our consciousness and living. Let me conclude this topic with the main purpose of value education is the character building of students in terms of humanity, honesty, responsibility, empathy, etc. for all the well-being of individuals and society at large. Human values brings out the innate harmony in existence and clarifies that man, by understanding and able to be in harmony within ourselves and with others in society and the rest of nature. This in turn leads to value-based conduct, education, constitution, and order in the society, which is the desire of every human being. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to the management, and thank you, students, for listening. Thank you, and we look forward for your future endeavors.